But next, with the chief meteorologist and hurricane specialist, Cabrera here, he says compared to other places, we're catching a break today, huh?
Well, we're acclimated to it. I think that's the difference here. I mean, it still had, we had triple digits out there, but they're just not used to it across portions of New England. I mean, everywhere you see an orange here, that's a heat advisory, and in the reds, those are the excessive heat warnings. That's the highest level you get here. And yes, we were under a heat advisory set to expire at 6 o'clock, but really haven't seen much in the way of heat, extreme heat here, because the cloud cover has helped us out today. In fact, temperatures for the first time since July 1st did not make it to 90 degrees today, so that's a bonus. 89 was the high temperature. 91 is our normal daytime high temperature. We were a little warm this morning in the low 80s, should be in the upper 70s. Feels like temperatures coming down a bit, not because of rainfall. I think just some drier conditions. The dew points, the humidity will drop ever so slightly, I think, to keep us below that 105 plus range. That is typically what a heat advisory entails there. Quiet in the tropics, we'll talk more about that. And there you see up and down the board, upper 80s, and nobody's in the 90s right now as far as the major, the big reporting stations here. And we're looking at upper 90s to low 100s as far as the heat indices, or the feels like temperature that we like to call it. There you see next radar network not finding much, just some cloud cover that has left us with that nice canopy and allowed for temperatures to stay below 90 degrees, staying quiet for the rest of the evening if you're stepping out. And this pattern is going to favor still some morning showers, I think, for tomorrow. But by the time we get really starting to get going with some thunderstorms, they'll be inland and over to the west coast. So a relatively drier pattern setting up. Rain chances only between 20 and 30%. It won't be until late week that we get a little surge of more moisture, and I think that will allow for a lot more shower and thunderstorm activity through the afternoons Friday and heading into the upcoming weekend here. But rain tracker, there you see a few showers popping up. That's the most activity we'll get. It'll be in the morning as opposed to the afternoon, with that flow pushing everything towards the other side of the peninsula here. That's the setup we've been in and will continue to be over the next few days. So we're looking good. In the tropics, also looking good here with another huge plume of Saharan dust. That Saharan air layer has been calling the shots across the central and eastern Atlantic, and really anytime the cluster of thunderstorms that try to get going, ingesting that dry air, and things have been relatively stable here. So we're looking good. In fact, National Hurricane Center doesn't expect anything over the next 7, likely upwards of 10 days. So it looks like we're going to get through a good chunk of July without any additional activity. Rip currents for tomorrow will be on the moderate side. Easterly winds 5 to 10. And 1 to 2 foot waves out there, with no advisories for the Florida Keys or the Atlantic waters. We're looking good with light chop conditions. Forecast in for tomorrow, again, a few showers in the morning, and then we'll dry out through the afternoon. We'll have temperatures once again into the lower 90s. We'll keep it that way with low rain chances until the weekend. We'll bump those up a little bit by Sunday and Monday.